this is a stat that surprises me not at all. 80% of people who deal with a car dealer are unhappy with the experience. 80%. That's a shocking number. Because when you go to buy a vehicle, new to you, used one, or a brand new vehicle, when you go to buy that, that's, for most people, the second largest purchase we make in our lives. And to think that roughly 80% of people, according to a report in Automotive News, which is written to the dealerships, by the way, and other people in the automotive business, that, I mean, how happy are you to pick up a publication or read it online and see that 8 out of 10 of your customers hate you, hate the experience? That is a broken business model based on something known historically in the industry as the grind. And that's the clean term. There is a graphically ugly term that some people in the car business use. And it's unbelievable, the mentality of some dealers, that the idea is to see, and grind is grind you down. So the idea is you go to a dealer, you haven't done your homework up front. That's the big problem. Go to a dealer, and they put you in the grind. And what the grind is they try to keep you there hours. They try to make sure you're hungry and exhaust you emotionally and physically to the point that you're not thinking clearly and you sign the paperwork they put in front of you that's bad ugly. Any industry that has a problem with transparency has a problem with trust with customers. The funny thing, what shocked me about this Automotive News story is that my feeling had been that car buying was much cleaner than it used to be, and that people were not having the problems at dealers they were having before. But what I realized is it's all about preparation. If you as a consumer have done the work up front, and I've got step-by-step at Clark.com what that actually means when you're buying a new car or used car. But the core of it, the key, is information is power. The more you know about the model you're looking at buying and the price of that model and what's a fair price in the marketplace, the more power you have in the process. And with new vehicles, something very important is you never, not ever go to a dealer before that deal is already made. You want to play on the home field, not the away field. You know, in the NBA, the home team wins an overwhelming percent of the time. And you've got 12 professionals on each side of that court, and the home team wins most of the time. Think about this. You go to a car dealer to negotiate a deal on a new or used vehicle. This is what they do every day for a living. You don't. How often do you ever buy a vehicle? They have superior knowledge. What levels that field is doing your work from home or your office or wherever, that you do it in your field, in your court. And the negotiating is done over email, or you can use buying services, but the most important thing is you have so much information at your fingertips online, and you use that to your advantage. If you're looking for a used vehicle, the used vehicle prices, The electronic pricing guides that I talk about on Clark.com, and I used to talk about when I talk about this on the podcast, were a really good source for you to have a good sense of fair market value. And right now, that's not true because used vehicle prices over the last 3 years have moved quicker than the databases are able to give you accurate information. So it requires more work on your part, shopping around, comparison shopping at various dealers that have them for sale in your area or even an extended area. You have to do that shopping because without doing that shopping, you're negotiating with yourself. If you go to a dealer and you see a vehicle on a lot, used vehicle lot that you like, and you're negotiating with them, they established a false retail price and you're negotiating around that. When you do the work from your home and you're shopping vehicles, you want to make sure that that the dealership is giving you access to a free vehicle title history from Carfax or whatever service they use. You can see that because then you have disclosure if it's been in a major accident, things like that. And with any used vehicle you buy, absolutely critical, I don't care if it's a certified blah, 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 or anything like that, you want to have as a condition of purchase that you have it inspected by a mechanic of your choosing. Because with used vehicles, you look at the sticker on the car or the truck or whatever, it will say on that sticker, the white sticker with the black type, it will say you cannot rely on any assurances you're given verbally. They mean nothing, basically. A dealer is, under the law, allowed to lie to you about the history of a used vehicle and the condition of that used vehicle. So you need to know this because it's your money. And you buy that vehicle, the second you buy a used vehicle, it is yours. You are stuck with it unless you buy it at one of the consumer-friendly dealers. They give you a 3, 5, or 7 day period, or in the extreme thing CarMax has been doing in some markets, 30 days to return a vehicle for a full refund. I mean, buying at a dealer, buying a used vehicle where you're buying a history you don't know, buying one where you have no right to return it for a refund for a period of time, not return for a credit to buy something else from that dealer that misled you in the first place. No, you only want to buy a used vehicle from a place that gives you a right to return for a refund for a period of time and use that time to make sure that vehicle is A-OK for you and your driving circumstances. You're buying new. New vehicles had enormous distortions in 2021 and through much of 22. The new vehicle markets are restoring brand by brand, dealer by dealer. You drive by, you see actual vehicles sitting on a lot of dealer lots now where they weren't forever. We're getting back to the traditional way of shopping for a new vehicle. But because the inventories are not back to where they were before, very important thing, you widen your geographical search for a new vehicle. New vehicle, you don't have to worry about all the stuff I talk about with used vehicles with the history you don't know. A new model of the same make, whatever, same submodel of it, color, the options you want and all that. You can shop very widely because you can buy a very cheap one-way ticket pretty much anywhere in the United States as far as you're willing to go. I find most people are willing to go up to 1,000 miles to get a car and drive it back, or truck or whatever. And so with new vehicles, the wider you shop the market, and inventories are available online for different brands and different dealers, you make the deal online, the better off you're going to be. And remember, with financing, new or used, I talk a lot about financing on Clark.com. You arrange your financing in advance with a credit union. If you're not a member of a credit union before you shop for a vehicle, go join one and get pre-approved for a loan.